The world of celebrity, eventually it turns upon you. You know, Harry and Meghan are finding this themselves. I've mentioned this before, I know, many times on the show, but having worked in the celebrity world for many, many years, it doesn't take long for the industry to turn its back on you. You know, suddenly if you're in and they love you, and of course you've got the ratings, maybe you're selling hit records, magazine covers, you name it. Oh yes, they absolutely love you. But one false move and that's it, you're through. And this is what's happening, of course, now. And they don't even know it's coming yet because, quite frankly, they've no idea. They're basking, they both think, in their own recent success. But just around the corner, a major production company is about to put the thumbscrews on at least one of them. As ever, let me explain. Morning, lovely to see you today. Yes, we'll have a beautiful wave, yes, in a beautiful setting. Isn't this nice? I do like this, yes. I'll just turn it around and you can see, yeah, this way, I think, yeah, this way. You can see here, you see, and then this is the beautiful riverbank. And, oh, you see, a barge. Anybody fancy living on a barge? Do you? I know, I often wonder whether you could. If you do live in a barge, tell me, is it cold at night? I'd love to know that. You know, does it cost a lot in heating? You wouldn't think so, would you? Because it's all one level, so you would think it'd probably be quite cheap. You know me, I'd probably be burning the boat just to keep warm. Just a bit like Robinson Crusoe sat at a stump in the middle of the canal, you know, that tight, aren't you? No need to agree, I can see you're all nodding. Yes, back as ever to your story of the day, though. Now, it's interesting this, as I say, because this particular company, Netflix, are the people behind Scoop. And as we told you, you know, Netflix are keeping a very beady eye on the other duo, the Sussexes, to see exactly how Meghan comes up to turn herself into the cooking cannon, no doubt, or the brand new Fanny Craddock. That would be a thought, wouldn't it? Now, where it gets interesting is, particular with Scoop, is the fact that actually Netflix are really sort of just riding high and looking at it and thinking, will this become any kind of success? As I've told you before, it's very difficult to sell that interview with Prince Andrew around the world. It's very much a sort of English thing, and everybody's seen the original interview, and basically they've inserted this thing where they can say, you know, we've sort of had poetic license with the story. Translated, they're making it up, you know, it's as simple as that. But what I can tell you first, and exclusive here on the show, is that actually executives at Netflix are very keen on the next story, all about how these two producers, or presenter and producer, Sam McAllister, and the Newsnight host, Emily Maitlis, actually fell out. Oh, they didn't just fall out, it's spectacular, let me tell you. They refuse to speak to each other, nobody acknowledges each other's presence in the success, or whatever you want to call it, of this particular interview. Emily and the producer were busy clutching the awards when they picked them up, and literally, well, never mentioned Sam in those speeches. Now, you see, they're sniffing at Netflix this sort of Dynasty Dallas type soap opera drama, all about two people falling out at the height of some royal scandal. And I think this would make an incredible sort of drama series. Perhaps if you're like Sam and you're not necessarily that experienced in just the skullduggery behind the scenes of how television networks work, well, they've already managed to extract quite a juicy story about her version of events. No doubt somebody over on the other rival will pick up the other rival story. And that's where it truly gets interesting. Netflix, I am told, are looking at how they can turn this into a viable option to take the story even further. The battle of the two blondes. Now, maybe that could be worth tuning into. What do you think? Neil Sean in the very heart of Yorkshire.